Eleven. 11 was my age when I first went to a boarding school to live far from my parents. Weirdly, I was not only happy, but also scared. I always struggled with finding my real identity and my true self in a way, because I hated being in contradiction with the world surrounding me, even now. Changing environments, going to an all-girls boarding school, with people coming from different religions, regions, social backgrounds seemed exciting for many of the girls who were accepted, but like a whole new challenge for me. Would I be able to have friends, to comply with the strict rules of the school? Or would I have to change my personality to survive? Because yes, I was indeed really scared. I already had past experiences in other boarding schools for smaller periods, and they taught me life lessons that I will never forget. I would say that they left something in me that is still growing inside of me, and I chose to see it in a good way and not in a burden. I have been bullied because of my accent and my appearance. I just wanted to look like them, with a lighter skin tone, a posher accent when I was trying to speak French, to be able to roll those R's in French. But yeah, I couldn't. I would say that I was mostly scared, but I still want to give it a try, because it was an amazing opportunity at that time. Just imagine a small girl who's 11 and who now has the opportunity to go to one of the best schools in Senegal. Of course she will. I would say that until now, I still struggle to find my real self because of that experience. I changed environments so quickly and during my teenage years. I found it especially hard because of social media right now. We have so many beauty trends, so many expectations that I get lost into them. I know I'm not the only one. While growing up, one of the sentences that my mom used to tell me all the time was, "Oh, she's just in her teenage crisis," which made me laugh so much because I never understood what it really was. To me, it was just like being in the cool teenagers in those TV shows who were rocking the house, going to parties every night. But then it was deeper than that. It's just a state where you evolve from being a child to a teenager. I always got confused with my identity because I never was myself. I always wanted to just fit in and look like everyone surrounding me. I wanted to change, not for me, but for others. I like to use the metaphor of a chameleon in these situations. Chameleons change their skin color according to the environment in which they are, just like the people who constantly want to fit in. I became a chameleon without knowing it, and slowly, I started to forget who I really was. That is the dangerous part. How are you going to know who you truly are and who you truly were? Because I see it as a scope where you can see your past, your present, and maybe your future. Then I really never knew what identity was until a while ago. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines the term identity as a distinguished character or personality of an individual. According to this definition, I don't think that I really had an identity at that time, because I just wanted to mimic everyone else and just be in the mass. I remember that when I was watching TV shows, I had really similar characters to that small girl who was always left out of the friend groups. And of course, I did not want to end up like them. So that's why I started to change my character and just do whatever people wanted me to do, even though I knew it wasn't me. Then in my life, I had a friend who started to talk to me about identity crises. Said that she was lost, she no longer knew who she was, and that she did not know what to do with her life. At first, I thought that she was really dramatic. But actually, believe me, she's a dramatic friend. But she's right. Because I experienced it, and then I saw that identity crises really exist. The most impacted group of identity crises is teenagers, with 37% of teenagers feeling an identity crisis and 95% of them feeling inferior. I would say that identity crises are like a burden. You try to find yourself in the society, where you want to go, but the more you try, the more you feel lost. I would say that identity crises happen the most often when you do not really know what to go in life, when you feel that you have lost your authenticity, and it happens really often as a teenager, as you just want to discover yourself. Identity crises can be a bit weird when you do not know what they are, and you're just going to think that it's a phase, but I think that it's a real opportunity to get to know yourself better. Going back to the social media for now, we can see that there's a lot of trends and that there's a pattern that everyone is used to. But what if you don't want to be in that box? Is it worth going to let yourself wash over just to fit in that box? Does belonging and fit in work for everyone? I really do not think so. I think that everyone should be able to embrace the contradictions in their lives. For example, something that I really liked as a kid, and I was really dreaming of it when I would be a teenager, is rebellions. I thought that I would grow up at 15, get tons of piercings, and then go out of the house just because it was cool. But rebellions do not work like that. We are told that rebellions are okay, that we can embrace our differences, but only in a way that fits the society at the end. And it's really something that I was wondering, because what if I did not want to be like the other people in the society? But of course I did not, I was really scared. I would say that belonging is a feeling that everyone is craving for. It's like social validation. You know that you don't need it, but you want it, right? And what can you do about it? It's just something that is in you and that you can't let go of. But I think that everyone should realize and acknowledge that endless craving of social validation that we have. When talking about social validation, one of the books that comes to my mind, which is one of my favorite books of all time, is The Stranger by Albert Camus. Monsieur Merceau is a protagonist and lives his life without caring about anything because he thinks that his world is meaningless. He was in absolute contradiction with his life, and he did not care at all because it is his life. He thought that he is the main character and the people are just the strangers in his life, just like a film. The characters that you see walking in the street, he did not care. I don't want to have a spoiler, but he killed someone, he did not care. Her mom died, he did not care. So I was really concerned at first. I was like, is Mr. Merceau okay? But then I realized that it was just a new perspective about how to see the world and how to see how we are. Because at the end, we are always in contradictions. We live with them. You have to live with them. Mr. Merceau just tried to embrace the differences in his life and to live it in a way that he liked, even though the society was not going with it. I remember that during my boarding school time, when I was effortlessly trying to embrace my identity and looking for myself, I remember that my mom used to tell me so often that I looked like a parrot, that I was always trying to mimic the people around me. At first I got upset, but then I understood what she meant. If someone was acting in a way and that everyone was finding it cool, I just wanted to do like it because it was cool. But did I really like it? No. I think that I was just letting my personality and myself washing over just to fit in. But why do I need to fit in? I was always asking this question to myself, and I want you to reflect about it. Why do we always want to fit in? Why do we always want to change our characters depending on our friend groups, for example? Why? Why can't we just be ourselves with everyone? And this question really started popping in my mind, and I started thinking about a lot of things about the society and how it works. But I think that it's a problem that's deeper than that we should just acknowledge that we are all different and that standards cannot exist in a diverse society. To wrap up, I would say that we live with contradictions, and identity is a really sensitive topic. You just have to look for it every day and to be conscious of who you are. I know that it sounds really cliche, but just be yourself. It's really nice. And I think that everyone has in them that sparks that makes you shine and makes you different. So if I could see my younger self, I would just tell her to be weird and to be odd. Because what's going to happen to you? Nothing. So just embrace your differences and accept yourself. Because I know it's hard, but you're going to go through it. At the end, I would just live with this question, which is, would you rather be in contradiction with yourself or be in contradiction with the society?